Good morning, good morning. We are going to do a flip through today. Already finished today's coffee. And today we have December 3rd, and I opened this and I have a question for you guys. So my little chocolate calendar, I mean, looking at it like that, it looks kind of like an upside down Christmas tree, right? But this is the way it looks from the other side. What on earth is this? Can you please tell me? Yeah, I got chocolate on my nail now. What is this? I cannot for the... Oh, it's an angel! Right? With the head there, body, and wings. Oh, it's an angel. I've been wondering, what is this? Okay, never mind. The chocolate in this calendar was actually really good. It wasn't old. Sometimes in these calendars, they can be really old. Okay, so, those who are a bit sharp, you know that the bow is different. It's because I forgot to press record and I just did a quick bow again. So this journal is kind of small for being me. So we have about 10.5 centimeters high. That is, if you flip it over, just over 4 inches. So that's number 4. I need a new ruler. I can barely see the numbers. That's a 4. So just over 4 inches high. And the width in inches is just under, what is that? That's 5 3/4, something like that. In centimeters, we have 14.5 centimeter. Spine is, and look at it, it's not gaping. 4.5 centimeter and just under 2 inches. Kind of like that. Yes, so it's not super big or anything, and it's not gaping like most of my journals are. And around it we just have a little green ribbon with some cat hair on it. Yeah, I need to grab my lint roller later. And I just glued in a couple of decoration key at the end, and I thought that was really cute, so I just glued them in. It's nothing special, no hand sewing, and it's very static. Can you see that? See that? It's so static in here. See that? Winter's up here. Apart from wearing like double sweaters and stuff like that, I actually triple sweaters. I'm wearing one short sleeve too. It's cold and it's static and it's anyway, moving on. This one has these little nice corners on. Same on the back. I didn't put any decorations. I thought it was cute. It has 4 signatures, and let's get going. So here we have, I talk about this in the flip through that's coming up on the 25th, about using stretchy lace for pockets. So if you use it as a bottom pocket, that's great, because when stuff falls out, it kind of need to be this way. Or you have the pocket on the side and you stuff stuff in this way. So stretchy lace work for that. But do not make the pockets with stretchy lace so the opening is this way, because then when you flip the page, it's gonna just fly out. Okay. So again, a lot of nature themed items and papers and images. Can we zoom in a bit more maybe? I feel like we're still a bit far away. I'm going to do this so we see one page at a time. I think that's better. So we have the pocket, we have a little plant, we have a little mouse, and this is from a vintage book. And I found the animals in this vintage mammal book was really, they kind of look funny. They have, so husmus is house mouse. And a sticker. I love these stickers. I love them so much. So pretty. Another sticker and a vintage entry ticket. So it's when you enter somewhere. So we have one of those. I just thought the colors fit, and they have trees. Here I just glued in a page so you can flip out and write on the other side, and you can write underneath. So you can write your secrets underneath. So, yeah. I don't know. This is one of those cheapo, you know, you buy a big pack. Here's a thing that really annoys me. It's when people sell these as vintage pages. These are not vintage. This is new print. The original page might be vintage or antique, but this one is not. So this is retro. Retro means something that is old but made to, something that is new but made to look old. That's retro. Vintage is something that is vintage, and that has to be 20 years or older. This is not 20 years or older. This is a reprint. Okay. Something that bugs me. Okay, so here I went in with stamps, and as you can see, these are regular ink. And then I went in with a gold pen and colored some in, follow the edges on some of the stamps. Just a few of them. And since I have the ripped edge and I inked it, I went in with a little gold pen, just following. So don't forget your gold pens. You can make a lot of fun details with the gold pen. And I mean, you can still write on the page. And I took the gold page and went in here, and the inking from here kind of smeared over to this side. And that's something that happens. Especially a page like this, when you see the rippage here, it sucks up a lot of ink. So then it's very easy to transfer it. You can see the ink, it's not too visible, but it's there. So I did the fancy scissors from dollar store, made the edge, and then went in with the gold pen. I also did some faux stitching with the gold pen. Ooh, here comes a paper from oh, Your Creative Studio, right? Yeah, Your Creative Studio. Oh, I love their stuff. I love their stuff. And a real vintage ad page from, oh, it's so fragile, 1954. And it's so fragile, but I thought it was kind of fun. And it had a little word puzzle on the back. And a 1966 envelope. And it's tiny. It's a tiny little envelope. And I thought it was so cute. And it had this silver on the back. I don't know if that's something that was printed on, or if the sender draw in these silver lines. I'm not sure, but I thought that was so cute. And it was a small envelope, and I feel small journal fits well. Here I just made a little gold stamp. It shows up slightly actually on camera. I didn't expect it to. Little butterflies. And here again, don't forget your punch outs. You can use them as photo corners. So here we have this one, you can just take out like that. I'm going to pause while I put it back in. And we're moving on. And again, I used small packaging. Birds. You see me use birds before. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting I'm zoomed in. So sorry. So sorry. Need to pay better attention to the screen, right? Ripped pages with some stamps. And I did brown stamp and I did black stamp. And so I did both brown and black ink around the page. More cut out birds, ripped out birds. Sorry, this is not cut out. This is a ripped bird. I don't know if that matters. And I cut out a little mushroom from a mushroom book, a little nature book. Some fabric green leaves, and they're coming back on this side too. So I have a sticker, and you can barely see the sticker, but it added a little something anyway. A tag, a little paper from a little notebook, and I thought that was so cute. This is actually a notebook. I bought it on a school trip to Norway, and I still remember that. And it was 80, I don't remember what year it was, early 80s, mid 80s, I think. This is one of those touristy cards. What do you call? I'm blanking. And a sticker. The lady, she's looking out there. A belly band, just a little fabric belly band. A bookmark, and you can see on the back what it is. So I have in multiple languages because I always forget what things are. And this is just a cutout from paper, and I think that one was called Lace and Pearl and Lace, or something like that. Lace and Pearl. Bought it on Amazon. This is a piece of packaging from Your Creative Studio, one of their subscription boxes. I bought 3 subscription boxes from them, and I love them, all of them. I love it all. I wish I could afford to buy more. They're amazing. A little decorated paper clip with sycamore maple little card from magazine. Bird watercolored edge. This is an old receipt, and I just did a stamp up there with both black and red ink. Fabric rims, and we have little pockets. Yes, this is from a book about interior design, actually. And I just took out a page that had image on both sides. And I mean, you can't really tell what it is, but it isn't, you know, it just creates a bit of interest. And in here I have a little sketch from me, a little feather, and you can write on the back. And a sticker. I'm actually going to put it in straight, otherwise it's going to mess up with the center. And another sticker and another sketch that you can... I didn't sign these mini sketches. The inspiration for these sketches are Your Creative Cove. No, The Creative Cove. I'm putting the link in the description if I remember. Her channel is amazing. It's one of my absolute favorite. Her name is Michelle. And this is a rub-on with a little rose cutout, actually. It's not a sticker, it's a cutout. Yes, fabric. It's not too much decorations in this, too many decorations. It's just a little bit here and there. So, I mean, I have fabric there and I have something there. So there's something on every side that you can look at. I say as I come to this, but this is different papers, and you can see all the other things in the background. So there's a lot of, for whoever buys this, to do stuff with it. Here we have a little tiny card. Not card, what am I saying? Little notebook where you can put like quotes, if you hear a good quote that you love. You can do a shopping list in here, depending on how big you write. You can write little like daily entries, like what's the weather, you write the date and the weather. You can put your mood, like date and mood. I do that a lot of times with small things like this, and I put it in my junk journal. I love my junk journal, by the way. I use it pretty much every day. This one I have in the flip through too, that coming on the 25th. I'm kind of probably not many that's going to see that flip through because you'll be too busy, but it's coming out a big flip through on the 25th. So this is a piece of dyed paper I glued on a fabric sleeve, and then I decoupaged on top of it. And for some reason it feels like soft. Actually, I think it is fabric. I'm saying it's paper, but I think actually it is fabric. It's very soft. It's so nice to touch. And a little tab that I cut out from a pretty paper and glued a little line paper into it, and I took a little leaf to make it a pull tab. So you can, don't forget your little fabric leaves, your little, who in the family have a lot of like paper or fabric flowers everywhere. Maybe you can ask if you can have them. You can always wash them and take them apart and use them for your junk journals. Anyway, flipping over, we have a little flip out. We have another little mouse. And just a stamp fabric, a little collage kind of thing there. And since we have a music page there, I took a little music trim and put on this one. And then I went in with the inker and inked so you can see the pattern through. I like this effect. I really like this effect. brought me back to my childhood, but it also created a really fun and interesting effect on this page to just rub it on top, and that way I get the texture from the lace through. I love it. I love it. Okay, just a little thingy and a thingy, and some lace, and just ripped fabric. So I left a lot of space for whoever to decorate in this, and it gives a lot of writing space too. Just a little dust in here. A stiff brush is actually really good to use to dust out like little paper scraps and stuff like that from your lace. And I really love Edith Holden. I'm not the only one. I know. But I do. I love a lot of this flora. So here we have a little horsey. Well, little and little. It's a workhorse. And this is from a word book, a Swedish old antique word book. I think it was antique. If I'm not completely wrong, it was really early 1900s, maybe even 1800s. I don't quite remember right now. It's been a while. This is one of the things that I've been having around for a while now that I just haven't got around to film the flip through. So do you see this? So I used metallic crayons to create this kind of border around the edges, so you can sometimes see a little bit of shimmer. Yeah, you can sometimes see a little bit of shimmer from it. And put some stickles in this. Applique. Yes, applique. I keep forgetting the word for it. That's why I get so quiet. Just like, I know the word. I know the word. That's how my brain goes. Here I went around actually with watercolor around a ripped out image. And around the edges here. So don't forget your watercolor. It is scary, however, to do it in the journal once it's bound, because this fabric cover is done like first, and then I start to put in the pages. And to go in with watercolor when you have a fabric, it's scary, especially if you're as clumsy as me. It's like spillage bound to happen, but it didn't. This one again, I inked with both brown and black to make it very grungy and ripped, and I really like that effect. Again on this side, brown and black around the edges. Here I have another little one of those flippies, so you can flip it out and write on the back, and you can also write on this, of course. And a little bit of lace from a top that I didn't like. Actually, my belly grew out of it. That ever happened to you? That the little center part gets a bit too rounded and stuff doesn't fit anymore. Yeah. And I have a lot of pet hair in this one. I don't know why. Just a little thing. I think this is from Your Creative Studio again. And from a mushroom book. It's not the same. The information is about a different one. And this is washi tape. I just glued it onto some paper and cut it out, and I went in with a gold pen around the edges. Yeah, you can kind of see it's gold, and I like that. So don't forget your washi tape. You can use it for so much more than just a regular, than just using it as a tape. A fun paper, sticker, so a little lace. So I punched out a lot of these butterflies, and this one I went in with a crayon around it before I glued it in. And we have another little butterfly sticker there, and I just thought it fit nicely with the page and the fabric here. And here I have one of these little pockets, and I'm afraid I'm gonna rip it. There. And in here we have another sticker and another one of these bookmarks. And at the back we see it's a pelican, in case you didn't know. So let's put this back in here. And I miss my sewing machine. This little envelope was made before my sewing machine finally gave up, but it was on the way, so you can see it missed some. You have some extra holes there. That's not supposed to be there. And I put some stickles in to kind of help the thread, but also to make it pretty. So as you can see, I put it each one of these. Butterfly stamp. Don't forget your stamps. I mean, a simple page like this, I just went around and inked the edges just slightly, just a little bit, and a stamp. And it's pretty. It's really pretty. Again, dollar store fancy scissor and some dust. And here again, with the inking, it kind of made an imprint on this side. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, now you can see it. And if you go in with like a heavier ink, like now I took the ink pad and ran it across the edge just to make it pop out a bit more. Then you get really flooded and then it smears. Here again, I went in with crayons around the edges. That metal crayon. Can we make it shimmer? I don't know if it shimmers or not. Some sticker and a cutout. And a sticker again. And another sticker. That really matches this paper. Paper from your creative studio. Sticker. And just some inking. Just some... I didn't want to do the edges like we always do. So I just kind of did the center. Just... You don't have to ink the edges. You don't have to ink it all. Nothing at all. But I just wanted to do something different. This coffee dyed paper from Flora book. A little bit wider lace. Fabric. We have a little birdie babies. And we have another pocket. And here we have a little tag and a little paper. And a little... You can use it as a bookmark, or you can write on it and use it as a card. Yeah, you use it as you want. But don't forget your collages. Use them. We use our scrap. We do our scrap collages, but then we forget to use them. And also your washi tape. So these are two tiny little pockets made of. When I say tiny, what do I mean? How tiny are these? These are 2.5 centimeters, so about an inch. All these pockets, so that's an inch wide. Are these washi tape or stickers? I think these two are at least washi tape. This one is a sticker. And we have two more stickers and a tag. And here we have a stick. No, this is not a sticker. It was a sticker. It was a washi tape. Sorry. Oh, blah 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 blah. Washi tape that I glued onto a piece of cardstock that I stamped the shape on, and then I cut it out and put some packaging on the back. It's really running for me. A little paper with yeah, I forgot the name of the paper now. A little booklet, a little kind of notebook made from watercolor paper that I doodled on. I thought this was so cute. And I used some paper strips and ripped the edges here. And I was debating with myself if I was going to ink it or not, but I ended up not. Kitty cat stickers. And here we have two more pockets. Just some cute tags. And this paper again that I'm completely blanking on. Second I stop filming, it's gonna plop up in my head. It's like applique is it's also a word that I constantly forget. Little fabric. Washi tape. Another pocket. Oh my goodness, now I can't. Oh, I'm not quite sure where we were. So my camera shut off because the memory was full. So I think we were here with the fabric, coffee dyed paper, washi tape, pocket. And this is from an old game. I don't know where. I just thought that was so cute. So I put it in there. And another pocket with sticker. And here again, don't forget your fine liners, your pens. You can just adding a little bit of a border gives a bit more interest to it. And here again from an old playing card, one of these tourist card. Where's this? Uppsala. And you can just cut out a bit of lace, just a little detail, use it as a tab. And again, this is a rub-on and that's a sticker. And again, just rip the paper. Creates a lot of interest to your page. Let stuff stick out. And that's, I usually make my papers a lot smaller than the cover. So I can have stuff sticking out, but I still kind of stay protected when, I'm sorry, I'm picking pet hair. So you can have stuff sticking out, but you're still protected by the cover, by the hard cover. So I still have a lot that's sticking out, but the cover protects it. And I love having stuff sticking out like this. Sticker, a little sketch from me. This one is signed right there, and it has another little sticker. Here again, I just cut out part of a lace, and here I went in with watercolor. This was scary. I had white lace there, and I went in with watercolor. I did a little bit of an oopsie here, so you can kind of see it's slightly brown. Maybe you can't see that, but it's slightly brown here. I did a little bit of an oopsie, but for being me, that is pretty well done. I didn't spill too much. A little fabric strip. Here we have another pocket. This is from a big poster. I found secondhand, I think. No, actually I bought it on Tradera. It had this big poster with like a vintage looking world map. And around the edges we had all these. There was seasonal, and there was Greek gods, and there were like all kinds of stuff on the edges. And yeah, here's a bookmark or tag, whatever. Doodled on the back, and it's watercolor paper. And then I went in and did a sketch on top. So a little mountain sketch. So a bookmark and another one of these touristy card. I'm gonna push this one in a little bit more. It's a very tight pocket. I don't really like having tight pockets, but anyway. This is also very little part of a curtain, so I left some parts loose and some parts are glued in. And again, sticking up over the edge. I love that. I love that. It makes me happy. A little corner pocket made from a sticker that I glued onto some paper and just... and I inked the paper around the edges. Now this part, this is what happens when you make it too wide and it sticks up above the cover. That's when you easily get little kind of dog ears like that. I went in with the gold pen there, inked around the edges, yes. And a bit of glue there. Here we have really old, this is so pretty. There. So this is really old, and it has a little bookmark there. And joy, I don't know how to, it's kind of happiness and joy, peace and happiness, not quite, it's something like that. Sticker, gold pen, ink around the edges, ripped edges. I actually inked this leaf a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A pocket made from scraps and collage and leaves. And we have sticker, little ticket, and here we have a little tag. I didn't put any fabric in the rib, in the hole there. I figured that can someone else do. I didn't know what to put in there, to be honest. And you can do that for your own too. If you don't know what you're going to put in the hole, just leave it for now. Eventually you're going to run into some string or some ribbon or something that you feel like, oh, this will be perfect for that. You don't need to make everything right away. Another one of these touristy card and a little scrappy notebook that you can have a lot of fun with. I actually use them a lot. I make a lot of those for myself too, and I use them quite a lot. A little sticker and a flower. Triangular pocket, and again watercolor, but I did the watercolor before I put it in. this time. This is one that I would definitely get watercolor all over. An image from something. Could have been a sticker too, I'm not sure. Glued onto some tea-dyed paper. No, actually that is onion peel dye. An old ticket from 1954. And a piece of paper from your creative studio that I just thought color-wise fit really nicely. And a sticker, lace, cut out. Here again, went in with watercolor, put a sticker in the center, went in with watercolor, did little circles around it just to make it pop a little bit more. And a sticker on the side that matched the watercolor. So, doesn't have to be complicated, and using watercolor is quite fun actually to do for your junk journal. It gives a lot of color. I mean, you can dye papers with watercolor too. You don't need to use like onion peel and coffee and all of that stuff. You can use watercolor. That way you get papers in the colors that you want. This is a piece of scrap that I just ran through my cranky thing. I'm completely brain farting. I cannot remember what this is called. I ran it through the cranky thing to get a raised effect. It's early morning and I only had 1 cup of coffee so far. I did a flippy floppy. Let's move on. A little tab made from leftover that I watercolored and doodled on. It's really fun to doodle on watercolor paper, and go in and watercolor your scraps, iron them, and then doodle on top of them. This is from a vintage women's magazine. That's the word I'm looking for. One of those weekly women's magazine. So I cut out a piece of the crossword. Not ink, but watercolor on the edge here. More from Your Creative Cove. Stamp. And here we have a little belly band. A little velvet. And again, I let it peek out both sides. And in here we have another one of these, a little envelope that I coffee dyed paper sewn around it, and it also went in with stencils. What is it with words now? It's like this morning is absolutely hopeless. And I made a little tea bag tag to put in. And now I'm gonna give you a little tip here again. Let's leave that outside. So the closure is a paper clip. And this is very easy to make. You just glue a button to it. Put a button, a lot of glue, and I put a little punched out circle on the back just to make the glue less obvious, less sticky outy. And that also helps it to stay on the belly band. Yay! And here I have a little flippy outie to write on. Highly technical terms in this video. A sticky outie, a flippy outie. Basically, don't forget your dollar store fancy scissor, and don't forget your watercolor, because you can make some fun effects. Here I just did a little chessboard with it. And since it bled through, I did the same on this side. It doesn't have to be more difficult than that. A raw one. Cut out. No, this is actually a bookmark. And again, yeah, I know you call them die cuts in America. We say bookmarks. We collect them as kids. Kind of like some people collect stickers. We collected bookmarks. And they were so pretty. Cut out a little collage. And here I have a flippity floppity. Yes, and it does another flippity floppity. Now, this one, again, I inked the edge with the ink pad. So it was really juiced up. So it, of course, did an imprint here. Watercolor paint on there. But that one was done before I glued it in. And a little mystery tab. Just flip-flop. And here we have a vintage receipt, actually. Sticker, ink, fabric, coffee dyed, sticker. Yeah, I was gonna say stamp, but it's a sticker. Here, just cut out little flower from a flora book. Imagine how many flowers you can get from one flora book. Like, that's a lot. So here we have a poem cut out from an Edith Holden book, inked around the edges, glued onto some lace, and I put in a leaf. So this is kind of fun, because this one is one of the Edith Holden in English, and this one is one of the Edith Holden in Swedish. Let's mix and match. A little corner pocket made from a sticker onto some paper. And again, if you have small things like this, just glue it down like an L, and then you can put bigger things in, or the pocket will be very narrow. One of my sketches, and you can write on the back. And I inked it a lot. Went over it to make it look really. And the ink is, this one is the honey one that I really love. Another little bookmark. It's so cute. And cut out from Edith Holden book onto some writ paper that are inked, and a bird sticker, another sticker, and here again I inked this, so it kind of imprinted on this. There we go. Inked here, so it imprinted on that. Flip it over. This is from a vintage children's songbook, this pocket. And I have a lot of fun stuff in here. So this is from 1944. It's a receipt for when you went to the bank or the post office. And this is a receipt that you paid. They paid this. April 30, 1944. That's what I was going to try to say. Why are words so super hard this morning? I should maybe film later in the evening. I'm not really a morning person, and words are just difficult. Sticker. A little image glued onto some dyed paper, and one of those little papers that you can get from a paper pack. Butterfly, this punched out butterfly, a little sticker. In here I fussy cut some birds, and they blend in so nicely on this paper. If you want to make them pop more, maybe leave a bit more of the white around them if you want that. Or you can go in with watercolor and a different color and just go around them to create kind of a halo. Fabric, sticker, and here I punched out some butterflies from paper, and I used the paper as a stencil to ink up some. And here I put the pocket in almost the center of the page. Just a little bit off everywhere, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And we have a sticker and a leaf in there. And again, I super inked the edge, so it's bleeding over to this side. That happens. That happens. Watercolor? No. Crayon. Crayon. Sorry, I went around with red crayon, and I went in with the same crayon there. And this is a sticker, and that was paper wreath. So this one really changes the style throughout. But there's still a lot of nature stuff in there. It's still a lot of inking, still a lot of stamps, a lot of ripped fabric, ripped pages. It's a me journal. It's you can tell it's made by me. It's sketching and inking and fabric, and you know, the colors are also a lot me. It's like the brown and the green and the nature. And yeah, I put a butterfly right in the middle of the page, because why not? Why not? And here I went in with the crayon in the hole, so you can kind of see the holes are a bit green. Because why not? Again, why not? Because we have the green on the plants, we have the green here, we have the green fabric, so why not put green in the hole? It's not super visible, but it's there. Sticker, no, actually washi tape, part of a washi tape, and I put some fabric there, and I went in, how can I put it so it can, went in with gold pen on the fabric and little gold corners there. So don't forget your little fine liners, your little, especially the silver and gold one. So I did the little gold dots there, and on this side I did the gold dots again. So kind of matchy. And here again I inked sharply around the edge, and it bleeds over to this side when it stays squished. One way to get around this is, once you ink the edges, if you know they're gonna be juicy, put like a piece of toilet paper or household paper or something around it, and you can remove it later on, you know, when it's completely dry. I don't have the patience for that, to be honest. I just kind of just ink away. So this is paper is from an envelope, so you can kind of see that there, that it's an old envelope. A little belly band with a piece of paper that you can just unfold, and yeah, it's watercolor. I had to check, and it got stuck. It got some glue somewhere. Oh, it's from when I glued in this fabric here. Got stuck here, some glue. Okay, I was wondering what that was. I'm sorry. And we have some watercolor trees. So I just took a little notebook, and I was sitting and playing with watercolor full day, and you get a lot of these ephemera to put in. Actually, a little note piece. It's not really ephemera. Well, it's kind of ephemera. It's a little extra writing spot. And here again, I went in with watercolor directly into the journal. I'm still proud of myself. I have a punch, and I punched out on paper, and I used that as a stencil. And I also did a little watercolor edge there. That was scary to do, and you could slightly see it through, so I put a sticker on this side. Yes, and the sticker went in with crayon, and here I did a tree with crayon and rip fabric. Again, packaging material. No, actually, it's a paper bag. I'm sorry, I've been lying. Paper bag. It's not packaging material, it's a paper bag. Did I even show anything? I don't know what I've done. I think I'll have to go in and edit this video before I post it, to take some bloopers out. Oh, goodness me. This is going to be such a chaos video. I took an ad, glued it onto a book page that I glued onto some paper and inked around the edges. And again, from an old mushroom book. And here again, I used stretchy, so it's a good thing to have a pocket at the bottom, or that you have the opening this way. If you have a stretchy lace or fabric, do not have the opening from the side, because again, when you flip over, it's gonna go flying out. And on the side here, I have a little ballpoint pin with some beads and a little punch out with washi tape on one side and a sticker on the other. And a fabric leaf. We're ending up with a fabric leaf pocket. I love this. And one of these little nice scrappy notebooks. I don't know what to call these. Scrappy notebooks. And I managed to glue this in. Paper with the flora paper. And a sticker in the corner. Yeah. This was a very interesting flip through. Words are very hard sometimes, so I hope you will looking up at the text that I put up on the screen too when I'm editing the video, because words are really hard. Sometimes a lot harder than other. And I hope you like this, and I'm sorry for being a space case today. It's what happens sometimes. Especially in the morning after a bad night's sleep. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you got some inspiration from this at least. And for once, it's not gaping like crazy. It's actually kind of a normal junk journal, if you will. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I will most likely go in and put more stuff in it, especially fill up the pockets a bit more, because I felt it felt a bit bare. I also left these, so if someone buys it, you can put beads on it. Same when you give journals away, give a little bag with beads to them and leave these long so they can put beads on them if they want to. And I find having beads hanging under the journal is not you can choose to tie it so you have the knot on the outside, so the dangling out here. But if you have beads hanging from here, I find it's in the way when you're writing, because the beads will be underneath and it's going to be very lumpy. If the beads are hanging underneath, you're going to have easier time to use your junk jar. Oh goodness. I'm going to let you guys go now. I have no idea what I filmed and not filmed, because I ran out of memory on the phone, and it's going to be very interesting. And yes, we are in my photo box. We're filming in here today. Oh goodness. Welcome to my chaos world. You're welcome here. If you got any inspiration or any tips from this at all, please let me know. I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.